Besides, you said she was just kind of pretty. Who do you consider hot?
Taylor?
Taylor's 12.
Hello?
What's the worst thing that could happen if I go out with an old friend's mom?
Do I have to explain it to you again? Okay.
You do not need to get that personal.
Hey, y'all. Gonna try to give cats a few extra minutes to get in the house. Got a late start today. I went out there in them streets and took longer than I expected. There's a lot of people. Man, there's a lot of people out here in these streets buying stuff. I haven't seen that before. Maybe I didn't pay attention because I normally, right after Christmas, I don't come out the house. And as cold as it's been, I'm surprised I got up yesterday and went out because I'm just tired of eating. I'm getting cabin fever, and I'm tired of eating house food. Okay, because I tend to eat the same thing over and over again because I know it's easy, and you get tired of it that way. So, but anyway, I hope you guys had a swell Christmas. I hope that you were able to enjoy time with family, and that you guys, there wasn't no hiccups. Nobody in the family acted a fool. I hope nobody in the family acted a fool and embarrassed the family. Put this down here so I don't kick it over. But anyway, I'm just watching a little football, watching some of these bowl games, chilling. But anyway, let me send some more stuff over here to not Twitter, but Instagram. Let's see. Okay, number 2 is this one. But anyway, as I was saying on Instagram earlier, there's they starting to show a lot of young brothers and sisters going around doing flash mob theft rings, and a lot up here, a lot of these young brothers be trying to jack people up here. And then I know you guys heard about what happened at Mall of America. They killed a young brother who was he graduate next year. These 4 teenagers murdered this young brother, man. And I like going up to Mall of America, but it seemed like all the areas of the Twin Cities, at least this Minneapolis side. Hold on, man. This rice is bubbling over. Hold on. Oh, damn. I should have turned it down instead of turning it up. Yeah, I should have turned this down. Yeah, I'll leave it right there because I'll be on that long anyway. But anyway, they did this go through? Yeah, it went through. So I wanted to continue what I was talking to y'all about on Instagram. I'm starting to see I don't know if it's just the media focusing on this stuff, because normally you wouldn't know that some of these other areas around the country even had white folks committing crime, because anytime they show petty, what I call petty crime, people stealing from stores, uh that type of stuff, people carjacking, people yanking on people's purses, that doesn't normally happen. It hasn't been happening, but it seems that since, I want to say, since I've been back this time in the Twin Cities, I've been here well over 2 years, 2.5 years. I'm noticing that these cats are just, it's just, man, these cats are just, they out here just trying to get it in. And I'm like, because I'm so far out from downtown Minneapolis and some of these areas where this stuff is popping off at, people, I tend to not be connected as I probably should be, or how I normally would be if I live closer to the city, because with more people than I am today. Okay. Okay, it's number 4. So so sometimes I don't be knowing what's going on. Like there's a young man that lives down this way in these houses going this way from the cul-de-sac. There's some Africans. I didn't know they was African, because I see their son out there shooting hoop. He, is a young, tall brother. He was in high school, senior in high school, and he looked like he was probably about 6'1", 6'2", and good student. And to this day, we don't really know what's going on over there. But my neighbor came over, we was talking, and he said, hey man, he said, do you know that, he said, have you seen that young guy down there shooting hoops in the last few weeks? I said, no, I ain't seen him. I said, normally he's out there. He said, well, man, he got killed. I was like, what? Come to find out, some they saying that it was a weed deal gone bad. But check this out. All the dudes that got, both of the dudes that, there's 3 guys. They only got 2 of them. I don't know if they got the 3rd one yet. It was 2 guys. And one or 2 of them shot everybody in cars. 3 guys in the car. And they shot everybody in the car. The other 2 guys got injured, but they didn't die. That young man passed away, unfortunately. And that really got to me, man, because I was like, and then I saw it on the news. And I was like, because it was before it started snowing, before the temperature really started dropping. Because like I said, normally he'd be out there, shooting hoop, even when it was kind of cool out there. But that's a tragedy, man. His mom was on TV crying. They happen to be Africans. And check this out. The dudes that shot him, they were African too. And guys, we're gonna have to start calling. We got to start calling these these non-FBA black folks out, because these people, I mean, every time I turn around, it's some of these little young African dudes and see, what's difficult is these guys look just like us. That's the difficult part. They look just like us. So you really don't know if they FBA or not. And both of those guys were African. Now, one was kind of light skinned, so he didn't really, the other one was a little darker, but he didn't look, like a typical African. And neither did the young man that got murdered over here. And come to find out he's African. They're Africans. I mean, man, I used to be way more involved with young black people, with young brothers and sisters. Hey, if you're in the house, hit the like button, please. Please share this with your with all on on all your social media platforms. Please do so. Please drop a little something in the till tonight with the Cash App. Our Cash App ID is $MoorishOG, capitalize OG. Or you can, if that one's not working, you can hit Sign the Iceman 1906. Whatever donations we receive go to school supplies and clothes. These kids starting for the spring semester. But anyway, this and then that Mall of America situation that got to me too, because I like going up there sometimes. It's a huge mall. I mean, obviously it's the biggest mall in the country. Might even be the biggest mall in the world. People go up there to have fun. They go up there to shop. They don't want to and see what I'm not starting to notice is that all these areas out here that were way out, like where I live, like where they haven't messed up where I live at. They ain't gonna mess up over here. They ain't gonna let that happen. But you cross the freeway and go over there on that side of this city that I live in, and that's where all the shooting and all the drug dealing, drug peddling, that's where all that happens over there. Okay? Always somebody getting shot over there because of the blacks over there, the Latinos over there acting the fool, and even some of them Asians over there acting the fool. But but anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm like, what? That young man gone? And then, like I said, people go up to, these little soy boys. They're always trying to shoot somebody, always shooting somebody. That's some punk shit right there. You don't get no points for killing shooting somebody because you had a disagreement. Man, that's cowardly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dog. That's some cowardly shit. That's hella cowardly. That's hella cowardly for you to murder somebody over a disagreement, over your woman. Because usually it ain't even got to be any of that. They're just insecure, weak soy boys who don't know how to fight. And none of this stuff, like over here in Maple Grove, there's a Walmart over there. That used to be a spick and span Walmart. Always empty. I think they built it in, I want to say 05, 06, because it's fairly new. Man, I go over there. You go over there now, it's always crowded. There's a bunch of foreigners in there, a bunch of wetbacks, bunch of ghetto Negroes, bunch of ghetto white Negroes. I mean, the store ain't nice no more. It ain't clean no more. You go across the street, there's a Sam's Club. You go over there, same thing. Bunch of old foreigners in there. I mean, man, Minneapolis, the Twin Cities, starting to look more like the damn UN. Because I said to myself, what is the draw for people to come up here? Because when I go over here to get physical therapy with the University of Minnesota, they getting all that Medicare business. I mean, not Medicare, Medicaid business. They getting all that, or they getting Medicare business too, but they accept Medicaid. So the University of Minnesota, obviously, it's a nonprofit, but it's a different from our community nonprofit, which is a 501c3. They have some other type of rating or whatever, but public institute, called a public institution nonprofit, and plus there's that that's owned by the state. So if the state, Medicaid, the money comes from the federal government, but the state disperses it in providing services, medical services. So if you're dealing with the state, obviously there's going to be some tax breaks, some hand over fist dealing, being that it's all state agencies dealing with each other. So you go over there to one of these University of Minnesota clinics, and you see all these Africans in there, see all these Asians in there, you see all these Arabs in there. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, something is up here. What's the draw here? How are these people ending up here? Unless they got to be coming up here for something. Somebody's got to be offering something. They ain't up here for nothing. And one thing my cousin was telling me back in the day, he was saying, man, they used to advertise on billboards in Wisconsin and Illinois to tell people to come up to the Twin Cities get on welfare. That's what got a lot of Chicago Negroes up here. Because a lot of the St. Paul brothers and sisters and the actual Minneapolis-born blacks, most of them are pretty chill. Yeah, you have some of them that do rah-rah shit, but not at the level that these Chicago niggas do stuff. I mean, it seems like every time something's extremely ridiculous going on up here, criminally, you find if it's some black folks, it's usually some Chicago niggas. Some of them even bring beefs up here from Chicago. And you know what these white folks be doing up here? Locking their asses up. Oh, we ain't got room for you in the county jail? The judge will be like, oh, come home with me. I'll lock your ass up in my basement. I mean, I be looking at some of these cats, man. I be like, something got to be done, man, because the feds, the U.S. Attorney's Office up here, they like, oh, we gonna be putting gang injunction charges on people. We gonna put people away for a long time, and you know damn good and well, jail and prison time doesn't scare criminals at all, because if they're living a criminal alternative lifestyle, that's all they know. They got a record already. Ain't nobody gonna hire their ass. 7-Eleven ain't hiring convicts. Okay? Target ain't hiring convicts. So they got to go back on them streets and get it how they live it. And that's where the problem comes in at. And like I say, when I go down to North Minneapolis, it's getting worse and worse over there, man. Them niggas over there, it's getting worse and worse over there. It's sad. And all of that is due to these niggas sitting on their hands, old niggas my age and older, sitting on their hands bullshitting all this time. They're sitting up here bullshitting. And, like you look at Facebook, you got all these goofy niggas, all these goofy niggas on Facebook in pajamas and, looking goofy with they girl or their family. I'm like, look at this shit, nigga, grow up. That shit silly as hell. Clout chasing, trying to make somebody think, ooh, look over here, we happy. Then you go over there, you hang out with them for half a day, and you find out it's something else. But I'm telling y'all, man. Close out Instagram. I'm telling y'all, man. It's getting bad out here. Oh hell no. Okay, so you got these young brothers out here wilding out, and I'm like, I used to be more involved when I was younger, and more so when I was married. I used to work at, as a second job, not as my main job, but as a second job. I worked as a camp counselor. I worked, in different capacities trying to help these kids, man. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at all these young brothers getting murdered up here. It's going back to the way it was in the 80s. Murder, they call it Murderapolis up here. When they first start bringing crack up, LA niggas start bringing crack up here. That's what really set it off up here. They did catch these honkies up here slipping in, but they have since regrouped and look, putting gang injunctions and giving people long prison terms is not going to fix this problem. I told y'all several weeks ago when I was downstairs in the basement doing the live stream, crime is always attached to economic deprivation and benign neglect policies. Okay, there's no jobs in North Minneapolis. South and to a certain degree, South Minneapolis ain't that much better. But you notice all the white folks around here got jobs. Okay, very seldom do you meet a white person that don't have a good job up here. But yet I meet black folks who can't break into these jobs. I know because I lived up here before, and I know how hard it was for me to get a job, and I ended up, working, making, a lot less money than I should have been making with my education and job experience. So what pisses me off is that, see, we got a lot of bootlick niggas up here. A lot of these Minneapolis niggas, they kiss the right money, they kiss the right white booty holes. And some of them get little nonprofits, they get a little money for that type of stuff, taking kids to the Twins games and all that. That don't mean shit. If you're not teaching them life skills that they can use as a black man or a black woman out here on these streets, you wasting these children's time. And see, when I used to be in some of these programs, I used to be kicking the real to these kids. I used to be teaching them algebra. And then I had some mammy come in there talking about, why you teaching them that? They don't understand. I said, they just gave me the answer. Oh, they hated me. Them black women hated me because I didn't act like a nigga. That's one reason me and my ex-wife really never got along, because she sees herself as trash. And I don't see myself as trash. I see myself as a man, a black man, who I have and I should be proud of what I've done and what I've accomplished and what I can do for other people, because I am in a position now where I can tell people, if you need something, call me first. You can call me. I'm not talking about the niggas that done screwed me over. I ain't talking about them niggas. I ain't talking about niggas that been talking, dragging my name through the mud. I ain't talking about them fools. I'm talking about some of y'all, those of you who have my contact information, those of you who have the Iceman Show email address, email me. You got any concern about business, relationships, your job, somebody messing with you on the job, you need some quick advice, email me. Those of you who have my number, text me. A lot of cats be scared to holler at me. They'll be like, I didn't know if I really wanted to reach out because I didn't want to be bothered. Man, dude, if you got to call me about something or text me about something, call me. Text me. Don't suffer in silence. Maybe I could talk you out of doing something stupid out here. And that's what I mainly want to convey to a lot of young brothers and sisters, is that there are brothers out here who don't want nothing from them in return. They just want to, we just want to see you succeed. We just want to see you be a productive member of society. I don't want to see, I'm tired of seeing black men going in and out of jail and in them pine boxes going in the ground. That's that could, and see, they not going, let me tell you something about the city of Minneapolis, the state of Minnesota ain't gonna never do nothing about that. Okay, as long as that crime don't extend too far out, like over here in the rich part of Minneapolis, where they got $1 million houses and shit, as long as they don't get over there, they don't care. Then they whine about, we ain't got no officers. Y'all, the reason why you got officers quitting and retiring is because they've been put on notice. You can't kill black folks with impunity no more. So now, I see every time they post an article on Yahoo News, you always get all these white supremacists. Some of them even admit they cops. Talking about, well, I just, I shoot first and ask questions later. Or, I have, then some of them be on there bragging about how they done laid hands on people. I'll be like, man, if I could find out who these assholes are, woo, I expose their asses. But I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time. I ain't putting no money up to go find these people's real identity. I could care less. Jive asses. But you got to understand, these white supremacists created this condition for us, but it's going to be us to get us. But it's up to us to get ourselves out of it. And what's sad is I don't see a whole lot of us being concerned. I don't want to be on the receiving end of some young brother trying to jack me, and then I gotta put a couple hot shells in it because he think he don't realize everybody's strapped. Okay, they just murdered some young brother that I guess he had his girl. He was in the house with his girl arguing, and he had a gun in his hand. They had a sniper kill the dude. Talking about won't be no charges for the police. I said, you know what? Mike Freeman, the sorry ass fucking prosecutor. I'm glad he on his sorry ass. I'm glad his sorry ass is on his way out. He has been trashed the whole time. Okay, let me check this rice, man. What is this on the floor? Oh boy. Hold on, y'all. Let me check this food. Oh shit. Oh God. Y'all give me a minute real quick. So why you got no money? The love that you give baby. But you hear me say, girl, every day it's for the love in you, baby. With this ring, I'll show you that there ain't no maybes. All right. Back with it, y'all. So, hold on for a second. Let me check something real quick. Make sure this thing ain't still on. I gotta make sure I'll be watching these appliances because I'll be leaving shit on. We received something that was beyond anything that money can buy.
My mom and dad showed us the big old bucket of foundation.
And kindness truly changed the world. We are on a mission to find out.
If you could have any great thing, what would they be versus just a little small thing? Now we serve hundreds of nursing homes.
You ever heard of Secret Santa? This has been in your nursing school with Brian. Don't care about you, don't care about everybody, right? Big brothers, big sisters. I was a big brother myself. You turned out and fine. Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, they attacking our children from so many different directions. Like I said, I mean, some of you probably don't have a problem sitting idly by and, seeing our young people go down the drain. I'm not one of them. And one of the reasons why I get frustrated with you guys is because it ain't just, the donation issue. It's the lack of engagement, the lack of interest, the indifference, just ridiculous. And, which is why I be checking some of my relatives that smoke crack and drink too much and get messing their health up with their damn alcohol. I would say, hey man, get off that damn crack, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? I ain't gonna never speak to you again. Man, fuck you. You wasn't shit before you. Who are you, dude? Nobody talking to you. Ain't nobody conferring with you. Did nobody call you to get no information? You the last person people want to call. Like, man. But, folks want to be lied to, man. People want to be courted. I'm not courting nobody. Word up. Love me some Howard Hewitt, brother. I grew up on Howard Hewitt. Matter of fact, Howard Hewitt didn't live too far from where I was, where I live at, man. I used to see Howard Hewitt all the time. Yeah, he always had this little convertible car. I forgot what the car was back then. Dodge used to have these convertible cars. They were really nice cars, but they were really inexpensive. They only costed about, 15, 16,000, which was kind of expensive back then. But they were really nice cars, but they came in a convertible. So a lot of cats like him used to get them. Yeah, need that shag hairstyle for sure. You must be old. You must be an OG. Yeah, I used to have one of them shags, man. Yes, sir. But I care. I got a lot of people in my family. They don't care about nobody but themselves. Everybody's expendable to them. I ain't never been like that. That's why I don't get along with these Negroes. I don't believe in, throwing people away and then pulling them out the garbage when you want something, when you want to try to use them for something. That's why I don't deal with this nigga over here. I'm like, I'm not here to serve nobody. Okay? If that's all you want me around for is for you to be in trying to get something out of me, then we ain't got nothing to talk about, homie. We ain't got a damn thing to talk about. Other than, let me get the hell up out of here. Okay? That's why I'm like, man, anyway, I see these young brothers, man, and they get murdered, and I feel like a lot of people don't give a shit. Are you one of them? I pray to God you ain't. Because it ain't just your children that are important. It's everybody's children. I mean, every time I go to these, or you know how you go to Walmart and they have that wall and they talking about, where am I? I mean, it's not funny, but, and they have, missing children up there. Most of them be black. And then the second largest number of children that are missing are Hispanics. Not that I mean, they got, you handle your La Raza, y'all handle y'all problem. That ain't none of our problem. I'm concerned about those black faces up there on that wall. Now, I've seen it where some of them been located. Most of them haven't been. Exactly. Could be organ harvesting. It could be sex traffic. It's one or the other or both. There's a black market out here that the feds and the state police and the city police allow to function out here. That way they have something to investigate. Because I was reading an article on Yahoo News and had all these racist ass white supremacists that love the cops. Everything is BLM, BLM, BLM. And I'm like, Black Lives Matter ain't got nothing to do with none of this stuff, man. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Black Lives Matter ain't got no damn power in this country. Cause somebody wear that with it on a t-shirt? Please. But you have to understand the symbology, the symbolism, which is why, I'm always doing my live stream out of here, the ISIS papers. If you haven't bought this book and read it through and through and concentrated on it and took some of these concepts out of here and used it in your life, you wasted your money on this book. Okay? Hey guys, let's get these donations popping. Like I said, you ain't got to donate no minimum of $10. You can donate whatever you want. All right, let's get it cracking. And a lot of these children end up missing because they sorry ass mamas, or they family ain't watching them. They letting their kids go over their friend house to play, and you don't really know them people. If this woman is a single mom and she got boyfriends and shit, or she got a husband that that daughter ain't his child, but maybe he ain't done nothing to her. Don't mean he won't do nothing to one of her friends. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Do we care about these young black men? Somebody cared about me, reason why I'm still here. By the grace of God. Somebody cared. Not the people that should have, but somebody cared. So they just scooping these kids up because you got lazy ass parents out here who don't even watch their kid. I remember we was up here in Sauk Falls up here, about 60 miles from where I live at, up 94. And man, me and my cousin was driving through there. My cousin had, he's working for HUD then. And so he was driving through there, and there was a 2-year-old kid, a little white kid, walking down the damn street. He was first, the baby was in the front yard, then he walked out of there and walked down the street, started walking down the street. And my cousin hit the horn, was like, and the mama came out annoyed. And my cousin's like, hey man, is that your child? Is that your son or daughter? What? And she's like, oh, he always does that. I'm like, man, my cousin looked at each other like, boy, that's why I say, be careful who you have a child with, because, man, some of these women are trifling. They evil and they lazy and they trifling. You digs? Yeah, they all make a living from black pain. Okay? But there was an article about, it wasn't about defund the police, but it was about some of these cities cutting their police budgets. And I put on there that, I saw a news thing on CBS.com where they was talking about some San Jose, California police officer with overtime talking about he made over $220,000 a year. Now, obviously, that's in overtime, but $220,000, nigga, do you know how much money you know how quickly I could flip that? 2 or 3 years of that shit and I'll be done working. Be like, man, what you doing? Shh. Man, I bought me some property. I'm gonna be a landlord, and I'm starting me a business. I ain't gonna be sitting up here getting shot at. $220,000 a year for a damn police officer who sits on their ass at the donut shop and see how I know the reason why I know they get free food, because I used to work for the police commission. And we, all the restaurants, all the El Pollo Loco, Wendy's, we really didn't go to them kind of places. We mainly went to the, place where you got, a full meal, like, El Pollo Loco got that fire roasted chicken. We used to go over there. We get a 5-piece. You couldn't even put on your bulletproof vest because I was way overweight. I said, hell no, I used to be in this overweight. But you eating all the time. You eating all the time. All these people, we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and get a full, because they'll tell you, hey, you want a drink? You want a large drink? Yeah, cool. Big ass, big gulp size drink. You do that every day you work, you're going to be fat as hell. Look at these cops around here. They couldn't run 2 steps without falling out, having a damn coronary. Think about that for a second. And you want us to pat you on the back? He had all these cops talking, oh, this is a thankless job. And you know what? You know who got a thankless job? Teachers. One asshole said, well, how can you equate teachers not making no money with cops being paid too much? I said, without teachers, there would be no police officer, you damn idiot. Heck, you got all these inexperienced teachers in the classroom, then the stuff they teaching ain't nothing but teach it to the damn state test. They ain't teaching your child nothing. Some children need to be in smaller classroom sizes. They probably need to be in a class with 10 people instead of 20 or 20, 30. Usually it's 30 to 40 children. Then they in there acting a fool. They expect, and then you the whole day, you the damn circus ringmaster. You ain't no teacher, you're a ringmaster. Then the principal wants to walk in on you. Hey, you need to get better control of your classroom. Man, fuck you. You ain't the one teaching these motherfuckers. Well, make sure you teach to the test. We taking a state exam later on in the, the first semester, in spring, fall semester. And I'm just like, when I read over these state tests, it's just a bunch of bullshit. The test is so biased. Meanwhile, your child ain't learning nothing other than to learn how to, try to, keep people off their ass. That's about the only thing they gonna learn. The only thing I learned going to these K through 12 schools was how to keep my ass out of trouble and how to whoop ass when I needed to. That's all I learned. I learned that black people are evil as hell. I learned that black children were evil as hell. I learned that black folks got low self-esteem. And when you got low self-esteem, you will do anything to yourself and others. I hated it sometimes. Not all the time, but most of the time I hated it, especially when I start getting older. Because I was like, man, I'd rather go to a white school and not deal with this violence all the damn time. Crips rolling up, popping their trunk so they can go back in them trunk, get them things. We got to hop over the fence to get away from these Negroes. Grown ass men coming up to a junior high beating up little kids. I mean, just stupid shit. Dumb nigga shit. Okay? So, you know, it does something to me when I see these young brothers getting murdered like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what those guys were doing. I'm talking about the dude down the street that got murdered. I don't know what those cats was doing. But from what my neighbor told me, because, you know, TV, they ain't going to say shit. You know, they just want to show niggas on TV getting fucked up because they know that's what these white supremacists want to see. They want to see niggas fucked up. And as long as they showing niggas getting hemmed up for some reason, they know white folks is happy. Because I see them looking at me crazy. Because I walk around like a proud black man. I don't walk around like no step and fetch it type Negro. They don't like that shit. They don't like that nowhere, brothers and sisters. I don't care where you are. I'm listening to TBA the other night, and some country ass nigga called in, some Port Arthur nigga that, you know, Port Arthur's down there by Houston. This nigga, he living in Indiana, right? He was like, man, you know the same shit they be doing. See, he said, man, up here in Indiana, they more racist up here than they are down there in Texas. I'm like, you stupid nigga. You probably moved up there thinking you can escape white supremacy, didn't you? And he just sounds so scary and ignorant. And boy, that TBA lay into his ass. Okay? That's why I keep telling black folks, you letting your enemy educate your kid, and you wondering why your kid can't read and can't do arithmetic. Or can do it, but they can barely do it. Or they can do it, but the only job they can get is working in a warehouse with Sancho and them. That shows that's a failure on somebody's part. Your child end up working a dead-end job like that. That's how the military be getting people. The Army is full of black people. The Army and the Navy got most of the black folks. Marines to a certain degree, Air Force, not when I was in. It wasn't a whole lot of black people in the Air Force when I came in. That's why I was so rampant with racism. Okay? You know, but it is what it is. Oh, man. What the hell is wrong with these glasses? Boy, I hate these glasses, man. They don't never get clean, no matter how much I keep wiping them. This shit don't make no sense. This one side, these glasses have been giving me problems ever since I got them. I ought to go back over there and make them give me some more. Because the lenses are always smudged up, and no matter how much I rub them, I mean, I'll be rubbing it to death, and the smudges still don't come off. I'm like, man, this cheap ass shit. I got some glasses I paid for outside the VA. Man, them glasses, I don't have to work this hard to clean the lenses. But the problem is that's an old prescription. So I don't only wear those glasses when I go outside, because they got, certain the lens, you got them, them lenses that turn dark when you walk outside. These do too, but man, this is still some cheap shit. I shouldn't be having these kind of problems. I mean, they still ain't coming clean. And it's just always this left side. I mean, the left side. It's always this left side. See how the VA do? Whoa, we take care of our veterans. No, you don't. You half-ass take care of us. Then when you complain about it, well, what you want me to do, Mr. Iceman? Ask me that shit again. I'll be giving them that look like, ask me that stupid ass shit again. Motherfucker sitting up here getting 6-figure salary, bullshitting around, passing the damn buck. Anyway, this whole thing with brothers, look, people is, they'll sit up here and pump millions of dollars up here to lock these Negroes up instead of pumping money into getting their mama's jobs, getting their daddy's jobs. There's nobody supervising these young men, and they going out here with nothing, and they figure, hell, I ain't got nothing to lose. I might as well go out here and commit crime. And they in and out of jail. Okay? And then you got these scary ass niggas up here, these scary old niggas who talk about, oh man, these niggas, all they do is mess up here. Nigga, what you doing with your scary ass? Your ass be in the house. Man, talking that coon talk. That old Sambo talk. You comply. You do, you do what Mr. Charlie tell you to do. You ain't gonna have them problems now, is you? It's that type of shit. Niggas talking. That's why I say, man, I don't hang around none of them niggas that I used to hang around with. Family or otherwise. Because they either Sambos or they coons. Or both. And be up here buck dancing to beat the goddamn band. Okay? Buck dancing and bojangling. Because I used to clown them niggas. Oh, y'all niggas be over there at 3M, cooning and buffooning. Okay? Niggas don't help you get no jobs and nothing. I said, man, fuck you. Fuck these niggas. All they are is white girl chasers. That's all these niggas are up here. Bunch of lame ass white girl chasers. This should be annoying the hell out of me, man. Anyway, our young black men and women, they ain't got no job. I told y'all, the unemployment amongst young black teenagers, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, is like 70-something%. It's higher than it is for black men. Black men's unemployment is like 62%. Okay? Unemployment amongst black teenagers is higher than that. Because these fast food places, all they hiring Sancho and them 30 and 40 and 50-year-old asses. That's why I'm like, man, they need to close that damn border. These Republicans and Democrats trying to play this role like they so helpless, they don't know what to do. If you don't get the hell out of here, all of them are playing us. It ain't just it ain't just Biden. Another reason why they hated Trump so much is because Trump was throwing their asses out of here. Although Obama was throwing them out of here too. But he still threw them a bone with that Dream Act shit. Giving our money to them to go to school. Now you got schools like Texas Southern University got more Mexicans going there than they do black people. And they going to school free off the Dream Act money. Where's your Dream Act? We got too many scary black men, old black men like my age and older. We got too many cowardly, punked out, weak ass, milquetoast niggas out here who don't care about nobody but this. Man, these little young niggas be tripping, man. When I start hearing that kind of talk, I'm like, this nigga's a Sambo. This is a narcissistic nigga that, hey, I got mine, you get yours. It's that nigga. But then when he fall off and have problems, the first person he calling is you and me. Hey man, you know, I need some help, you know, fellow, I'm falling on hard time. No, nigga, you supposed to be a pimp. Go pimp. Go make money pimping. Okay? You better than all us, ain't you? Hell out of here. But you know, I'm gonna start making some calls tomorrow and try to find out. I used to know this white girl that worked at Minnesota Teen Challenge, and over there they work with teenagers and adults with drug addictions. I don't necessarily want to deal with that, but if I can get in the system, because I don't know anybody up here, I don't know these people. I'm not a Minneapolis resident uh, who has got all that popping. I'm still an outsider. So, because, people are so transient here, some of the people I knew from 20 years ago, I don't see them niggas around here no more. And I ask questions, hey man, is Anthony still live here in Minneapolis? Oh man, I think that nigga went back to Indianapolis. Because a lot of cats come up here to party. They don't really come up here to do nothing. That's why it was so fun up here for them first few years I was up here. Cats come up here to party, but it ain't party town no more up here. It's too much violence. It's too many white supremacists showing their asses up here. That's why when I go out here, I live in the burbs. When I go out here and I see these white folk, man, I see these white men looking at me crazy. I'm like, man, I will whoop your ass. They know not to say nothing. You digs? But brothers and sisters, I urge you, if you can, get out here and start with the young people, the wayward young people in your families. Start with them first. They deserve your attention first. Once you get them on track, then you start working with somebody. I mean, if you don't have children. Now, if you have children, it's gonna be a challenge. But we got to start showing these children that there's alternatives to being dusty and being violent with each other. These Negroes are quick to grab a gun and shoot another black person, but to defend themselves against white supremacists, all of a sudden they just get dumb. They just get, they get dumb and confused. You digs? Everybody, do me a favor and drop something on the Cash App. Cash App is $ the Iceman 1906. Or the other one is $ MoorishOG. Go ahead and make that move, y'all. All right, man, I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna eat my dinner. I know it's late, but I gotta do what I gotta do because I gotta do some writing tonight. But anyway, y'all go to AskTheIceman.com for information on sessions for life coaching, dating, coaching, dealing with career changes, anything dealing with life. Contact me and go to AskTheIceman.com and check out what we offer. Okay. Scroll down to, the service, how much the service is called. It ain't expensive. Okay. And like I said, I'm not licensed anymore as a psychotherapist, but I've been trained. I've done everything I needed to do. So even though it's life coaching, I still can help you. I'm not going to diagnose you because that's not, we're not going to do that because I ain't licensed. But so go to AskTheIceman.com and check that out. Also, what else I going to say something? Oh, if you ain't got my first book, go get it. The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. You can get it at AskTheIceman.com. Scroll down to the Add to Cart button, or you can get it at Amazon. I'm still working on my second book, The Dating Bible. We still cranking that out. It's a lot. This book is a lot more challenging to do. So yeah, it's been 5 years I've been working on it, but I'm gonna get it done by next year. We're gonna get it done. one way or the other, you digs? But anyway, let me get off here, man, and eat so I can go to bed. Anyway, y'all drop something in the cash out tonight. And I'll holler at y'all later. One love.